Welcome to the LinkedIn Authority Blueprint. Today we're going to learn how to create a strategy for LinkedIn. Who is this program for? This program is for people that are business owners, executives, entrepreneurs, consultants, and sales and marketing professionals. Anyone who's looking to generate more leads, more referrals from LinkedIn. If you want more awareness, you want to be able to get more exposure, be an authority on LinkedIn, this program is great for you. And you might just be here because you want to learn about how to create a strategy. You just want to learn how to grow and to be more organized with LinkedIn. If this sounds like you, then you're in the right place. A little bit about me. If you don't know me, my name is Joe Apfelbaum. I'm the CEO of Ajax Union. I'm a marketing strategist and LinkedIn coach. I am also a published author. I wrote several books, including High Energy Marketing, which is a book on marketing strategy and marketing funnels. And I enjoy networking. So it's the right mix of marketing and networking. And I'm proud to have built one of the fastest growing companies in the US. We were on the Inc. 500, serviced over 1,100 companies. And the insights we're going to share today come from our experience in creating hundreds of strategies for professionals just like you on LinkedIn that generate a positive ROI. So let's dig in and start learning. LinkedIn is the largest networking event in the world, and people show up every single day, even during a pandemic, even during a global shutdown. Let's review some statistics. Did you know that 80% of B2B companies have sourced leads from LinkedIn, and 46% of traffic to corporate websites come from LinkedIn? And according to HubSpot, LinkedIn allows companies to, specifically B2B marketing, to leverage LinkedIn much more than any other social platform. LinkedIn is the king in the business-to-business industry. And if you don't have a strategy, you're missing out. Now, I don't know if you know the growth level of LinkedIn, but LinkedIn is growing rapidly. LinkedIn is growing by 2 new members every second. More millennials, more college grads join every single day. And you have an opportunity to connect on LinkedIn with people that you can do business and that are decision makers at companies. Talking about decision makers, LinkedIn has over 700 million members, which is 61 million senior level influencers at major companies and 40 million decision makers. So if you think that LinkedIn is not for you or doesn't have the right people, LinkedIn is literally the most used social media platform for Fortune 500 companies, and it's so powerful to have a presence on LinkedIn. Some people would say that it's even more powerful than having a presence as a website. Couple of statistics, 60% of people are not using LinkedIn regularly. So there's a lot of people on LinkedIn, but many of them are just not logging in on a regular basis, but 40% are logging in every day. And only 1 million posts are going up on LinkedIn each and every day. That means there's a lot of people there, and there's a lot of opportunity for you to be able to leverage that. The average CEO has 930 connections, so it means that if you post something on LinkedIn, chances are that you might be the only one in your network that's posting on a consistent basis. So you're going to get noticed by a lot of people, and those people are typically people that you know, that you like, that you trust, people that are in your network and that are in the position to do business with you or to refer business to you. Most people on LinkedIn are actually lurking. They're watching. Watching is fun, and if you're watching, you're not going to generate revenue. So the question is why? Why are people not posting on a regular basis, daily, weekly, monthly? Well, I hear a lot of reasons, and I always say you either have reasons or you have results. Here are the most popular reasons. I don't have time to do it. I don't know what to post. I have writer's block. I'm afraid people will judge me. My content's not valuable. What's the point of posting? Those are not real reasons. The real reason why people are not posting on LinkedIn and the reason why people are lurking is because they're missing a strategy. Remember this, energy without strategy is a waste of time, and we don't want to waste our time. The right strategy will save us a decade. You need a marketing strategy. You need to get really clear on your goals, your target market, and your messaging, and you need to have a plan. Now, the question is, how engaged are you on LinkedIn? Because if you're just dabbling or you're not logging in very often, remember that relationships are important to your business, then LinkedIn needs to be part of your strategy. So this is our LinkedIn Authority Blueprint. And with our plan, we're going to show you how to go from a lurker to an influencer. I don't mean that you need to be a massive influencer who has millions of people following you. An influencer on LinkedIn simply means that you're making an impact to your target market. So let's say, for example, your target market is marketing agency owners, or your target market is sales managers at companies that are doing over 20 million in revenue. So if you only have 100 of those active people that are on LinkedIn and you want to influence those people, the chances of them seeing you is very, very high, because people are logging in, they're looking at it, and you will get a real ROI from LinkedIn. But you have to stop lurking. You have to roll up your sleeves, and you have to start spending 15 minutes a day going into LinkedIn and taking the right proactive actions. And if you don't have time, the question I have for you is, do you have 15 minutes a day to be able to leverage LinkedIn? You can begin by posting, engaging, and messaging, but it's going to be really hard to do that if you don't have a strong foundation. That's why we first create a strategy, and a strategy consists of 3 steps: your goals, your target market, and your messaging. Once you have that written down, you can literally write it down on the back of a napkin. Then you need to get your assets in order, which means getting your posts, making sure that you have the right articles that will even feed your posts, making sure that you have the right media and everything together. If you have an asset library, if you have a content calendar that your assets can go into, then you can have an easier time doing promotion, which is scheduling, posting, and then looking at what worked and going back and repurposing the stuff that works the best. So step number 1 is really having a strategy, and most people don't start with step number 1. They go to step number 3, and then they wonder why they're procrastinating. Posting your content, tracking your success with key performance indicators. It does sound like a lot. It does sound like a lot to be able to do this, but it's really not. With the right strategy, you'll spend more time promoting and less time procrastinating. So if you have time, you can execute the strategy yourself. I literally just explained it to you in the past few minutes, but many people that watch this video want us at Ajax Union to do this for them, because it may seem overwhelming, or they have more money than they have time. So if you value time more than you value money, you might want to have us do this for you, because we've done this for hundreds of other professionals on LinkedIn, and we have a program where we literally create everything for you, lock, stock, and barrel. We call this the LinkedIn Authority Blueprint, and we're going to create a unique marketing strategy for you on LinkedIn. And then at the end of it, we'll hand you a content calendar, an asset library, the ability for you to track your connections on a dashboard, and even give you direct messaging strategies and scripts that are custom to your business. Now you might be saying, Joe, how do I know that you're going to understand my business to create a strategy? Well, let me tell you what we do. The first thing that we do is we give you starter questions. We give you a questionnaire, and there's an example below, but we just basically walk you through what are your goals, who's your target market, what is your messaging, and we ask you lots of different questions. And based on those questions, it'll help us prepare for the next step, which is our strategy session. So we get together virtually. We do a comprehensive marketing strategy session where we review your goals. We go deep. We try to figure out, why are those your goals? And we help you understand why you're really doing it. If you don't really know, you'll actually articulate that, which will also help us with your content in the future. We get into your target market. We help you nail your messaging. And then we do a brainstorming together where we pull lots of ideas out of you about your preferences, about your history, about why you're even in business, or the questions your prospects typically ask. When I started Ajax Union, I wanted to build a multi-million-dollar business. My first goal was like, can I even hit $1 million? I did the research. Turns out 96% of businesses do less than $1 million in revenue. But within 18 months, I was able to get to the $1 million mark from the day that I founded the company, and I wasn't even working there full time. Eventually, when I started working full time, that's when we really started having traction, and we got to $1 million, $2 million, $4 million, and we were number 178 on the Inc. 500 as one of the fastest growing companies in America. Now, we didn't get lucky. We actually had a strategy. We actually had specific goals. Today, LinkedIn generates millions of dollars for my agency, Ajax Union, and we're focused more on B2B strategies. We're focused more on building marketing funnels for companies and working with marketing directors at companies. So LinkedIn is a very powerful platform that allows us to be able to get those referrals for those high ticket clients that can spend $100,000, $200,000 a year with our business. So what are your goals? Let's say you want to generate $150,000 in new business from LinkedIn in the next 90 days. How are you going to do that? Who is your target market? Who are the strategic connections that you need to be connected to? I always ask people, how many CEOs are you even connected with? If you want to connect, if you want to speak to CEOs, how many articles do you want to write? How many views do you want to get on your videos and so forth? When we do this strategy session, you're going to have all this information. You're going to understand all this information. So step number one, we're going to define your goals. Step number two is we're going to make sure you have the right target market and the right centers of influence and really nail that down. And then we're going to get into your messaging. And think about this. Someone that values IKEA is very different from someone who values an expensive high-end furniture store. They're different target markets. So when it comes to networking on LinkedIn, you want to define your centers of influence that are in the position to refer business to you. Your strategy session, we're going to figure out how you can add value to your clients. We're going to ask you questions like, why should they pay you more than they would pay a competitor? What are you really good at? What are the strengths of your businesses? What are the pain points that you solve for your clients? And once we have this foundation, then we can get into building your assets. Now, after the strategy session gets done, we'll give you and your team a recording and a transcript and the notes. Everything will be given to you, but we're also going to send it to our team of writers. And our team of writers are going to listen to the recording, and they're going to produce a library of assets, an asset library. They're going to put all the different ideas that we discussed here, so when they get written, they can get organized in this asset library. Posts are the livelihood of staying top of mind with people, but there's also different types of posts. There's quotes, and there's articles, and there's videos, and there's polls, and we're going to come up with lots of ideas. They need to be put into some library, whether they're personal, whether they're inspirational. You have to be professional on the LinkedIn platform, but you don't, because you don't want to treat LinkedIn like Facebook. You don't want to be talking about what you ate for breakfast or a nasty divorce or some fallout that you're having. You don't want to do that, but you want to be personal. Anything that you share at a professional networking event or at a trade show, sometimes you'll share some personal stories, some fears that you've overcame, some goals that you have, maybe about your fitness, about your life. There's a balance where you want to educate and at the same time entertain and at the same time resonate with people so that they engage with you. Because the truth is, on social media, even professionals want to get engaged and have a conversation with you. So you have to show up in the proper way, and we need to get all this information into this asset library so you always know what to post. So you always have everything organized, which includes articles that are different than posts, because articles may not get a lot of exposure on LinkedIn, but they do rank on Google, so you have that SEO benefit. Whereas posts rank in the feed, but they don't get shown by Google. So we create an asset library which includes the mix of all the media that we spoke about, videos, audio, polls, anything that the algorithm will reward you for will be in your asset library. So when you want to post, you can actually go to your asset library and grab the stuff that you need. The next step is you need a content calendar. We create a strategic 3-month content calendar that will guide your content for the next 90 days. So every single day you'll know what to post, what hashtags to use, and you'll have all the different ideas on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and you'll know exactly what to do every single day of the week. So whether you're doing it, you're having a marketing professional doing it, you're having us doing it, you're going to have an organization so that you know what's going to be done. Because if you don't have a roadmap for your content, you're not going to know what to post and you're going to end up procrastinating. This schedule determines the frequency of your posting. Now, we're going to give you 90 days worth of content, but you don't have to post daily. You can use this for 6 months. You can use this for however you want. We recommend posting once a day because 40% of people log in every day. Based on our strategy session and your brand voice, we'll come up with your idea of exactly how often you'll be posting. We want to strike the right balance of having enough information that's in depth and also more lighthearted content based on your brand, your strategy, and your real voice. Now that you have your content calendar, we need to make sure that your profile is actually optimized. So we'll go into your profile and we'll actually optimize your full profile. That means we'll make sure that you have the right photo, the right background photo, the right headline, the right summary, which is the about section. They changed it from summary to about now, but it's still called summary if you go to edit it. We'll make sure that your history has the right information in there, that we'll give you tips on how to get social proof and recommendations. We'll make sure that you have what LinkedIn calls an all-star profile. Because if you don't have an all-star profile, your profile is not going to rank in the search results. And LinkedIn, in your personal dashboard, when you log into your profile, you see a personal dashboard there. You can see how many times you're coming up on searches and how many profile views you get. And when we optimize your profile, you're going to get an increase in profile views. You're going to get an increase in searches because we're going to strategically add the right words to your profile that'll make you get seen more by your target market. Remember, your headline shows up every single time you post. That's the words that come up under your name. And most people have the word CEO or entrepreneur there. What we do is we have a strategy based on the session that we did where we have all the right things that we say that make people want to refer business to you. In your summary section, we make sure that we add all the right calls to action and we frame it in the right way that we've done for so many people. And it really changes the way people interact and the way that people start respecting you as the authority in your industry. Next, once you have your profile optimized, we want to make sure that you know who your connections are. Most people are not tracking their connections properly. So you can't do it on LinkedIn because if you log into LinkedIn, you're not gonna be able to really see all your connections properly. LinkedIn limits it to 25 per page and there's no way to organize it. So we'll go into LinkedIn and we'll grab an archive of all your connections. We'll put it into this dashboard so you can recognize, strategize, and prioritize all your connections, figure out which relationships you wanna leverage. With our dashboard, we'll give you a messaging strategy as well. It'll make it easier for you to start conversations. We'll give you 36 scripts that are custom to your business. And this way, you're not just interacting with users on your post, but you're also going behind the scenes with strategic people that you know are in the position to refer business to you. And many of these people you've known for years, but you haven't really looked at this. You haven't really analyzed it. So we'll give you the ability to analyze so you can recognize, strategize, and prioritize. After your LinkedIn Authority Blueprint is done, we host a review call with you and we review everything that we've developed. Are you happy with what we created for you? Are you not? What do we need to change? We show you the asset library, the content calendar, the dashboard, the scripts. We review your profile with you. We see if you need any changes. We answer any questions that you might have about LinkedIn or anything that you have about your business. And once the content gets an okay, because we will also provide you with 2 weeks worth of pre-written content, which includes fully fleshed out posts with an image and the hashtags that are ready to go. This way you can get a feeling for exactly what we're offering, what the type of writing that we do. Did we hit the style? Did we hit the right way of writing everything? And if you like that, we can continue writing posts for you on a monthly basis and offer you that at that point. Or you can take this and use your own team, or you can take one of our courses, which will educate you. But during that review call, we make sure you have everything that you need, that you understand the 90 days worth of ideas that we give you in the calendar, that you have the asset library, you know how to use it, that you have access to the Canva account that we customized and created for you. You have access to all the different bells and whistles that we gave you, and you know exactly how to access it, how to use it, and how to implement this strategy that we literally just handed to you. So now this is the blueprint. You can obviously do this yourself, but we recommend that if you value time more than you value money, you might want to hire us, the experts, to do this for you, which is step number one, making sure you have the right strategy that we will create, the right assets that will help jumpstart by making sure you have assets ready based on your strategy, based on who you are. And then finally, the promotion, which is scheduling things out, making sure that you're actually posting in a way that actually is in line with the algorithm and looking at what's working and what's not working, which will help you be able to be more successful. Now, we have lots of different people that have done this blueprint. Many of them have left me recommendations on LinkedIn. You can go to my LinkedIn profile by going to joelinkedin.com and you could read some of those recommendations that people have left me. I have over 300 recommendations. But what I want you to know is that these people often got more value from the 1 hour strategy session that we did together than this entire thing, because now they're laser focused. So if you want to be laser focused on your strategy, like Michael or like Robert or like hundreds of other people that we've created the strategy for, you may want to consider scheduling a quick session where we will review together the details of this program. You can go to ajaxunion.com/strategy session. And thank you so much for watching this. Really appreciate it. And I am looking forward to seeing you inside the program. Hopefully you got value. Let me know what you guys thought. Thank you. Boom.